Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Darve. Today's topic is one that periodically triggers me because I constantly run into it. It's the topic of what non obvious mistakes do targetologists make when working with traffic and Telegram ads. Before starting this presentation and talking about the actual mistakes, I decided to ask ChatGPT what mistakes it sees in the work of targetologists in Telegram ads. And it gave me the basics, the absolute favorite of any SMM specialist in an advertising agency, like launching ads without clear goals, driving traffic to non. Let's leave all that for the SMM specialists. Let them write about it. I don't even want to talk about these idiotic mistakes because it's just so stupid to discuss them. We are actually going to discuss the mistakes that most likely either you are making right now or your targeted ad specialist is making if you have your own company. The first mistake we're actually going to start with. Let's have a little preface. You probably know that €1 into the account is often the case, but not always. This is one country. That is, if we are working with, say, I don't know, Mexico, we take an account for Mexico. It would seem that we should only get Mexicans, right? But that's not the case. Telegram ads is, well, I won't say what I think about it. It's, well, a bit of a different story. If we want only Mexicans and we take an account for Mexico, we must specify actually that we want to reach Mexicans. If we are working with Russia, we must always specify there is an item there. We specify that we need residents of the Russian Federation, or the language of the person's telegram must be in Russian. Many people make this mistake in their work out of ignorance and end up getting not so high quality subscribers. That is, these subscribers could be Indians, Azerbaijanis, Filipinos, anyone at all. Even if you are working with a Euro account, you are not guaranteed to get the audience that you need. Well, to be more precise, you are not guaranteed against getting, the wrong audience that you need. That would be more accurate to say. Let's move on. If you are working with any type of account, but targeting a foreign audience, please one ad campaign and a tiny number of channels or bots in your targeting. Because when you work with a multitude of channels in your targeting, for example, you have one ad campaign and 50 channels in your targeting. It's very risky because you might get bot traffic. That is, you might get those who will click on your ads, meaning some channels that earn through Pavel Durov's affiliate program. They earn 50% from the impressions, from the earnings, from your spending in their channel. Therefore, to avoid taking such risks, make sure that for this advertising campaign, you have one channel, one advertising campaign, or maybe two channels, right? Well, in other words, don't overdo it. This is very important because the third thing I want to tell you is that all the channels you work with have their own individual auctions. You really need to understand this. For example, you have one advertising campaign, and let's say there are 10 channels in it, but you set a single CPM for all those channels. But because you set a single CPM for all these channels, you will end up buying more audience in some places, less in others, and in some places you won't buy any at all because, for example, the channel you specified isn't winning your auction, or rather, it isn't winning based on your CPM. That is, you set one CPM, but some channel in your target list might only be able to show your ad if you have a CPM of 2. Accordingly, by grouping these channels together in your targeting, you risk not reaching the audience you need. The third point I want to talk about is audience narrowing. Many people love to narrow down their audience to the very last bit, only to competitors. This is very noticeable when you're working in the binary options niche. For example, when you only target channels that write about binary options. But this is, I must repeat, an incredibly risky strategy because that is exactly how they have set it all up. You will, of course, be shown on your competitors' channels, but first of all, you have to consider that this specific audience you will be shown to might already be completely burnt out and uninterested in what you have to offer. That is, they've deposited money, registered with any other binary options firm, and while you'll certainly get subscriptions and views by showing ads to this audience, there might be no leads because people simply won't have any funds left to register on your platform. That's the first reason. The second reason is that the person might already be registered on the platform you are working with. For example, you are working with Pocket Option and you are showing ads. And so essentially, the person has come over from a competitor's channel to yours, but they can't register because they are already registered on the platform. You see? Accordingly, to prevent this from happening, you need to, on the contrary, increase your audience. The third reason actually is that when you target channels, you can't be sure that the person gathered the audience on their channel honestly. Well, let's imagine that, say, our offer is only for Spain. And so we go into some service, we collect competitors and target them. Can we be sure that we will get exclusively Spain? No, of course we can't. Of course we can't. Therefore, narrowing down to competitors leads only to one thing. Yes, you can get leads, registrations, and subscriptions there. But if you want to earn a little more and spend a little more, please do not narrow the audience down to competitors. If we are talking about binary options again, you can gather any audience of players, gambling addicts, and this will provide you with volume, leads, and so on. Actually, the fourth point, I'll just tell you. I periodically conduct consultations, and many people put together channels without thinking. That is, they go into telemetria, they go into TGStat. There is actually a search for channels by geo, by location. So they type in, for example, Spain again, right? And they get channels in Spanish. Can we blindly believe that these channels are exclusively for those who live in Spain? Of course not. Well, that's just stupid, very stupid to think so. We don't trust these services. Unfortunately, we have no alternatives for collecting these channels, so we collect all these channels and use these services. But we deliberately assume that the services are a bit silly, so we have to go through these channels ourselves, read the comments, look at the same services to see where the traffic is coming from, where in fact it arrived from. Are there any fake subscriptions there? Is there actual advertising there from, well, has this channel been advertised anywhere else? So you have to look. That is, we have to untangle the whole chain. Like detectives, we have to understand how high quality this channel is for our target audience. Yes, it's nerdy, but well, I mean, when we spend money, it's important that every penny is spent wisely. Therefore, make sure that the channels are truly relevant. Fifth, if actually a client comes to you or you have an offer and they're in the promotion, it's exclusively a channel, that is, you need to promote only the channel, I would, in your place, either not take this client or refuse to drive traffic to the channel. There is a small remark why sometimes channels are better, but often, for the most part, it is better to promote only bots, because in a bot we can also set up follow-up pushes for people who have come into the bot. We can actually set it up so that the bot asks the person to subscribe to the channel, and then we will get both a subscription to the bot and a subscription to the channel. And at the same time, promoting bots is often cheaper in Telegram ads by about 30%. Therefore, the strategy of promoting bots is more profitable. Yes, there are nuances in that now. Bot moderation has become stricter. But what else can you do, really? There's nowhere else to go, only forward. And I've even forgotten what the next point is. What am I saying right now? By running ads in the Euro account for search, we get tadadam, all geos. So that is, we take an account from Mexico and run search ads there. And this search will be shown all over the world, not just in Mexico. We must keep this in mind. So if you have an offer tailored exclusively to one geo, and at the same time a very small budget, and on top of that, the geo is a bit peculiar, right? I mean, well, some narrow geos, well, I probably wouldn't do it. But then again, search advertising is quite cheap if you don't count all the click fraud from competitors. So, well, see for yourself. We allow this in our work. I don't think we've even had a single case where we said, no, it's not worth it. So, well, see for yourself. It's the same thing with search in Ton. That is, the Ton dashboard and the Stars dashboard show ads in search everywhere. Another one of the stupidest mistakes that is also made, I see it all the time. Well, there probably hasn't been a single day where I haven't seen one of my colleagues in the field, and in general, in working with ads and Telegram ads, make this mistake. The thing is that when we drive traffic, we are required to use deep links, invite links, UTM links if we are promoting websites, because if we don't specify them, we don't understand where the traffic came from. 2 years ago, I have a friend, Philip, and he was at some conference, iPro Expo, it seems, speaking on the topic why deep links are important. Yeah. I was watching and thinking, God, this is such a basic thing. Why even talk about this? Everyone already, actually, nobody probably even thinks about it that much. Because I often see this problem where there are hundreds of ad campaigns, no deep link, no traffic is just coming in. How will you understand where the leads are coming from? So you have 30 ad campaigns and a lead comes in. How will you know that the lead came from a specific one? Well, you won't actually. Because of this, you're wasting your budget. This is unacceptable, but I hope that's already understood. But I'll just repeat it for those who haven't thought about it. Always, don't be lazy, use it. You should only be lazy if it's, well, initial moderation, pre-moderation of an object. Another mistake, very often, probably even clients who come to our agency, we ask them about KPIs and they say, we want a subscriber for like €1, for example, right? Honestly, I couldn't care less how much a subscriber costs because for me, if we are talking about the offer specifically, right, that is, if a client comes and they want through their bot or through direct messages and so on to attract well, that is to attract users who will subsequently convert into registrations, into deposits, and so on, right? It is very important to specify in the KPI exactly how much a registration should cost or how much a deposit should cost, in general, how much a lead should cost. Actually, this is a problem that my employees also suffer from when they often say, look, take a look. You're like, take a look, Masha. We attracted like 100 people, and the average subscription cost is, I don't know, 20 cents. Well, I couldn't care less how much a subscription costs. I honestly don't give a damn how much a subscription costs. What matters to me is that there are leads. Let them cost more in terms of subscribers. I mean, the cost of acquiring a subscriber will be, I don't care. What's important is that the traffic is targeted. Why would I want 100 subscriptions for 20 cents if I know that these people will never convert when there is a more reliable audience, a more solvent audience, which is absolutely more expensive, but at the same time, I know for sure that it will convert. Okay, I vented a little bit. There are definitely 10 points because I wrote them down right here. I really hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, you can send them to me in private messages or ask them on my YouTube channel. I will definitely answer. The only thing is, please don't write anything about my boobs because I'm already sick of those comments. Bye, everyone.